when you're working on something to get better, whether it's sports or your profession or your health, you want to recover from injury, whatever you want to improve, watch out for what we call good enough trap. Or as Joshua Foer, a USA memory champion, he coined termed OK Plateau. And what happens is that when we get good enough at something, we're using our automatic pilot. Instead of deepening our awareness, having more choices, solving the problem, the remaining problem, we're good enough. And when we're good enough, it stops us from progressing. It stops us from getting better. Myself, a good example is my English language. When I came to the United States 30 years ago, my progress in accent, in vocabulary, in the general command of language was fantastic from practically not only from year to year, but from 3-month period of time to another 3-month period of time, my language was getting better. But when I got good enough, kind of you get by. So what that you're sounding a little funny with your accent, or if you're not clearly differentiating between cup, cap, when this gets fuzzy, I get by. And when I get by, when I accept it, then my progress gets slowed down, inhibited. And in some way, it needs to be a deliberate choice, because we cannot get better with everything we do. We need to focus and decide intentionally where we'll place our attention to get better. So for example, with my language, I'm okay with that. What I would like to improve is in my skills of diagnosing, in my skills of observing clients, students, patients, and seeing what you need. What is it? What is that one thing that will make a biggest difference in your movement, in your health, in your recovery? So for me, I would invest all of my attention and mind to sharpen those skills. And for example, language, okay, just sound funny from time to time. So we need to make a deliberate, conscious decision where we want to improve. And then we need to have good practice, good training. And of course, I'm biased, but Moshe Feldenkrais gave us a fantastic blueprint on how to improve by increasing awareness, first becoming aware. What is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm doing? And then creating choices between different strategies of doing the thing. Choices, differentiating, making changes, small, tiny changes, and being able to notice and sense them, and sense those differences. Difference between, with sounds, cup and cap, and cup. To hear those differences, to pronounce those differences, it takes a refined appreciation. And I can tell you, in terms of back to language, when I first came to the United States in the first months, I could not hear a difference between hair and her, like girl, it's her purse. To me, it sounded exactly the same. Hair and her was exactly the same. I could not, my students, my fencing students could not believe that I cannot hear the difference. And of course, I could not pronounce the difference. Few months, a year passed by, then I could hear the difference. Then I could start to pronounce. a difference. And there are still many words in English language that I'm struggling with. But that's the same pattern, whether you're trying to help your shoulder or neck or back, or trying to become a better athlete, or whatever you want to improve. Being able to make smaller and smaller detectable changes and perceive those changes will make you better at anything you do. If you're interested in exploring more, join us here at the Feldenkrais NYC. We all study, we learn, and we share and we teach what we've learned in that precise way. Come join us and study Feldenkrais.